Let me say this very clearly. Australia is not closing its doors, but it is changing the rules of entry. In 2026, Australia's immigration system is undergoing one of its biggest transformations in years, not through dramatic cuts, but through strategic reshaping. Who gets in, why they get in, and under what conditions. If you're planning to study, work, or settle in Australia, this update will directly affect your future. Today, on Trust Vista News, we break it all down, simply, clearly, and honestly. Now let's understand what's really changing in Australia in 2026. Unlike some countries that are simply raising barriers, Australia is taking a more calculated approach. The permanent migration cap remains at 185,000 places, same as 2025. But the strategy has shifted. Australia now wants better skill matching stronger regional settlement, higher integration outcomes. In simple words, quality over quantity. This is not about reducing migrants. It's about selecting the right migrants. And this shift affects every pathway: students, skilled workers, families. Permanent migration, the numbers game. Here's how Australia's 185,000 permanent places are distributed for 2025-26. Skilled stream, 132,200 places. Family stream, 52,500 places. Special and humanitarian, remaining places. The skilled stream still dominates. Why? Because Australia needs workers in healthcare, construction, technology, regional industries. But here's the problem. Experts warn that underutilization is rising. Migrants arriving but not working in their actual professions. That creates pressure on housing, infrastructure, and job markets. So now Australia is tightening alignment between skills, jobs, and settlement location. This is a major policy correction. Student visas, more places, tougher rules. Now let's talk about international students. Australia is increasing its student intake from 270,000 in 2025 to 295,000 in 2026. But don't misunderstand this. This is not an open door. Stricter scrutiny remains. Key changes for 2026. Universities must show stronger engagement with Southeast Asia. Institutions must demonstrate housing arrangements for students. Priority processing continues for Pacific nations and scholarship holders. Some exemptions exist for Australian schooled students and TAFE pathways. Refusal rates remain high, around 18% and rising. At Trust Vista Consulting, we are seeing clearly the genuineness test is stronger than ever. If your intention is unclear, refusal risk is high. Quality versus quantity. The real debate. Here's something most agents won't tell you. Australia is now questioning the quality of courses, the employability of graduates, and whether students are actually working in their nominated occupations. There is growing concern that some providers exceeded limits while public universities stayed under target. This is forcing faster processing, which can impact assessment quality. Translation: good students will benefit, weak profiles will be filtered out. The era of any course, any college, easy stay is over. Migration numbers are falling, and why? Net overseas migration has dropped to 306,000, a 3-year low, down from 538,000 at the post-pandemic peak. Why? Stricter student assessments, targeted, skilled migration, increased compliance enforcement, natural post-COVID normalization. Important point: even if permanent migration is capped, temporary visas still drive numbers. That is why enforcement is now becoming aggressive. Bondi attack and security overhaul. This is sensitive but very important. After the Bondi attack in late 2025, the Australian government announced a full review of migration laws. The focus is now on enhanced security screening, easier visa cancellation, stronger refusal powers, potential retrospective application. The message from government is clear. People on visas are considered guests, and compliance matters. This could affect students, temporary workers, even existing visa holders. At Trust Vista Consulting, we are watching this closely because security law changes can move fast. And yes, concerns exist about disproportionate impact. This will be debated heavily in 2026. New digital tools, system modernization. Australia is also modernizing the system. New changes include online support service for expired visas, expanded English language test options from 5 to 9, Immi App upgrade, facial biometrics, document upload, direct communication. This means less paperwork, less waiting, more digital control. But remember, technology does not reduce scrutiny, it increases efficiency. So be prepared. Regional settlement, the unsolved problem. Despite all policies, most migrants still go to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, and regional areas remain short of workers. This creates housing pressure in cities. Labor shortages in regions. Australia wants regional settlement. Migrants want city opportunities. This is a policy versus reality gap, and no government has fully solved it yet. But regional visas will continue to get priority and advantages. Smart migrants are already using this. What you should do in 2026. Practical advice. Now let's talk action. If you are a student, apply early, choose genuine institutions, prepare for strict genuineness checks, consider TAFE pathways, check housing support. If you are a skilled worker, ensure your qualifications are recognized, target shortage occupations, consider regional pathways. Document your experience properly. If you are already in Australia, stay fully compliant. Monitor security law changes. Use digital tools. Do not ignore visa conditions. If you are an employer, align roles with visa requirements. Support regional settlement. Plan workforce needs early. This is a strategy game now, not a luck game. Let me be very clear with you. Australia is still open to migrants, but it wants the right skills, the right intent, the right fit. This is no longer about volume. This is about value. If you understand the system, you can still succeed. If you guess, you will struggle. So tell me in the comments, are you planning Australia as a student, skilled migrant, or employer-sponsored candidate? And if you want daily immigration updates, honest analysis, and real strategies, subscribe to Trust Vista Consulting and visit our website. We don't sell dreams, we build pathways. Your future deserves planning, not assumptions.